Good day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing. It's December 28, 2023. Hope you had a great Christmas and just heading off towards the new year now. This is what gold's been doing the last few days since our last video. So we're looking at spot gold, the commodity, plus a few shares and ETFs. You can see there on the screen. For those new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. So we're looking at obviously spot gold, commodity, SPDR gold shares, Mult Mining, iShares Trust, Barrick Gold and Direction Daily Junior Gold Miners Index. So let's get stuck straight into the gold price first. You can see here on the weekly, daily and hourly charts. On the weekly, we're still moving in an uptrend. On the CCI 400, it's broken above its moving averages. That's a bullish movement. The CCI 150, our divergence indicator, is pretty much showing us a new equal high as it was before, versus higher highs on the price. Now, if that breaks above there, that'll invalidate that divergence. So we'll just keep an eye on that in the coming days. So as long as that stays equal or below in terms of highs on the CCI, then we're going to consider that a bearish divergence. So we may see a bit of a retrace. However, on the daily, you can see there the CCI 400, our trend indicator, is still moving to the upside. Our CCI 150 is moving in line with the price, which is what it normally does with the exception of divergence. And on the hourly, likewise the CCI 400 is still moving up, although we do have a bearish divergence on the CCI 150 compared to the price. That's on that dotted line is where we had our previous video, and you can see there we had a bullish divergence versus double bottom on the price. It bounced and hit our target between the 23 and the 38% level. Went sideways for a few days since then, and now since then it's actually gone higher. You can see there it's resting around the 61% level, which is always a key area to look out for. Now it's just poked its nose above that 61%, but that's roughly the area we're looking at potentially to reverse. So we're going to keep an eye on that. With that bearish divergence, it may start reversing any hour now to the downside possibly, or if it keeps breaking higher, then to invalidate that divergence we need to see the CCI break above that high there to invalidate it. But so long as that remains lower there, we're going to expect this to break to the downside. It doesn't mean a crash, it just could mean a bit of a retrace. Like it did here, it had a bit of a retrace, but in this case it kept going higher. But so again, we'll keep an eye on that in the coming and see how it goes in the coming days. Next we look at SPDR gold shares when it eventually builds. So you can see there GLD is the ticker, SPDR gold shares. So again, on the weekly, both the CCIs are moving upwards, no divergence really to talk of. The CCI on both of them as well, moving up on a daily as well. And we've got another bearish divergence here on the 1 hour chart. So again, just keep an eye on that for it to break to the downside, although you'll notice that the CCI 400, our trend indicator, still moving up. And for this to invalidate on the 150, we need to see that break higher than that entry point there. Mult Mining, and the ticker for that is NEM on the New York Stock Exchange. Again, on the weekly, we did have a bullish divergence on the CCI 150 on the weekly versus bearish lower lows on the price. And you can see there the CCI is rising. The CCI 400 is starting to approach its moving averages and potentially may break to the upside if it continues further up. And you can see there that's also making some upside there. Now in terms of, let's just blow that up and have a quick look at it. In terms of a retrace, what it's doing, we take it to that high. You can see there it's already penetrated through the 38% level, and it's currently resting around the 31 to the 38% level of a Fibonacci range. On the hour chart, both the CCI 150 and the CCI 400 are still trending upwards. There was another bullish divergence there on the 150 versus the price, and it broke to the upside. On the 1 hour chart though, since our last video, we did draw this bearish divergence. Now that's still, if I move that to there, that's still a bearish divergence compared to the price. So the price in this case is still rising, but the CCI 150 is still dropping. Now, as long as that remains below that entry point, as I said, we're going to consider that a bearish divergence and expect it to break to the downside with a bit of a retrace at least. Next, we'll look at shares gold trust, ticker IAU, and again, there's a bearish divergence there, potentially with a double top on the CCI 150. The 400 is broken to the upside past its moving average, with higher highs on the weekly price. On the daily, both the CCI 140 and CCI 400 and the CCI 150 are both breaking to the upside. And on the hourly, similarly to the other charts, we're showing a bearish divergence on lower highs on the CCI 150 versus higher highs on the price. So we may see this start breaking to the downside any day. Next, we look at Barrick Gold. Ticker is ABX on the New York Stock Exchange. So again, the CCI 150 is breaking, moving in alignment with the price chart. The CCI 400 is actually broken up through its moving averages, so that's a bullish movement. The daily chart has broken above that resistance previously drawn, and that was at the 61% level, and further highs being made on the CCI 150, you can see there, with no sign of a reversal. However, we did draw on the hour chart, we did draw a bearish divergence. We're going to extend that to that point there versus the price, which goes up to that point there. So we're going to consider that a bearish divergence with a break to the downside at some point possibly, so I'll keep an eye on that as well. You can see there's a very similar pattern with all these shares and ETFs. Lastly, we're looking at the Direction Daily Junior Gold Miners Index, JNUG. So again, on the weekly, our CCI 400 has got a pretty strong uptrend. The CCI 150 is showing a bullish divergence versus the price, and it's currently resting on that resistance at 37.03. You can see there on the daily as well that both the CCI 150 and the 400 are moving in line with the price, so nothing really to report there in terms of divergence. Just historically, there was a bearish divergence with that double top back there versus the price, and it eventually fell off. On the hourly, we've got a bearish divergence here versus the price, similar to the other instruments. So again, just be mindful of that. It may bounce to the downside any day or any hour now. So that's where we are at the moment with all those ETFs and shares. If you got value out of the video, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We look forward to seeing you with more updates in the new year. Thanks for your support this year, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.